Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, good morning, everybody. Okay, so, oh gosh, you guys are the secretaries? Everybody's a secretary? Who's been a secretary before? Besides Marianne? Alenka? Okay, Marianne? Okay, nobody? Okay, good. Because I don't want to bore you with this stuff because sometimes it's boring because the secretary's position is so important. So let me share my screen, but I just want to make sure that we answer all of your questions. So are there any burning questions that you have right now? I want to make sure I cover it. Oh, okay. Okay, so here we go with the screen and okay. So I have a lot of stuff on this PowerPoint, and it's because I want to make sure that it's in there for your referral. But if you want to close your eyes and just listen without looking at the busy screens, that's fine too. But you can look at this PowerPoint. We'll post it in the there is a website, a web recording link, and a library that you can check out this. There's PowerPoint on. But, the secretary is really important to keeping the club together. There is, sorry, I need to let Lee in. There is so much that the secretary can do to make sure things run smoothly. So it's really important that you have the calendar, you plan ahead, and you really look at what needs to be done to keep it running smoothly. So you guys are really important to the success of the club, as well as the whole board, but you guys are the key. And I shouldn't say you guys, right? Sorry, you folks. So what do you do? Lots of things. It's maintaining the records for membership, the calendar, meetings, all of the records that you need to keep. But there's a lot, and I'll go into all of these things in a little bit. But okay, now this slide lists some of the things that you need to do. Don't be overwhelmed because sometimes you have help. Sometimes the treasurer does it, sometimes the president does it, sometimes you have the club administrator doing this, or executive secretary. But I just wanted to list some of the things that that need to be addressed, like, transition, making sure you transfer the account signatures, the records to the incoming board. Figure out who's going to do what. Who's going to send out emails? Who's going to remind the board that the meeting's coming up? Who's going to post it to the website? Ordering name badges. All of these things kind of need to be addressed on who's doing what so you can make sure that somebody's doing it. But that calendar that I talked about, hopefully you got that in the email reminder a couple of days ago. The planning calendar is for the year starting July. Well, actually, we have some May, June things, but it's actually for the July 1st through June 2024 year. And so on that calendar, you can see from the district's calendar what important webinars we have. Like we have an incoming board workshop in May. You can see when the grant documents are due, and when we have the special events that the district likes to do district-wide. So if you don't have this planning calendar, I'll be happy to send it out again, but go to the website. We have this posted. Okay, so assemblies, put in your planning calendar for the club, put in all of the things that you have, like assemblies. When are you having assemblies? There should be 3 a year. So you want to make sure you have that calendar planned out and shared with everyone so everybody knows when things are coming up. Okay, so the calendar, club meetings are the same, Marianne. So you can cancel meetings for a good cause, but there should not be more than 3 consecutive meetings. And this is all from the Rotary bylaws and Constitution, that you shouldn't cancel more than 3 consecutive meetings. Okay, so there is also an annual meeting. Hopefully everybody is doing an annual meeting. This is before December 31st. And this annual meeting is to elect officers. Okay. So if you didn't have that, would be good to have it. But you at that meeting, you have the financial report that the treasurer would do, and you have your election. Board meetings, the secretary would do the minutes for the board meetings, and per Rotary, the minutes should be available to members. And you can say that it's available on request, but it should be done within 60 days after the board meeting. So it would be a good idea to write the board meeting minutes as soon as possible, because sometimes you forget. Okay, so websites, we've got the district website and the Rotary International website, and I'll go into things that upload, but the district, RotaryD5000.org, uses Club Runner as its platform, because Club Runner has a lot of features that are already built in, so we don't have to figure out how to make that that website. So you don't have to use Club Runner. You don't have to have your own website, but if you do have your club website, when you put it into the club's website, Club Runner, it will upload to the district, and from the district, it uploads to Rotary International. So these are member information and officer information it will upload. Okay, so that is only if you have approved, the club has approved that connection between the websites. Okay, so Club Runner does have training sessions which are recorded, or you can go live. So if you're interested in how that works, you can go and see what they have to offer. Okay, so Club Runner also has a web application. How many of you have this on your phone? If you don't have this on your phone, you have got to get it on your phone, because it is so convenient to have this on your phone, because you get to see their phone numbers, and your phone, if it's already built in, your phone will call that number for you. So convenient. And there's a text feature too, so you can text the member as well, as long as the phone number. So it's really important to have the right phone number with the 808 in it. And also the email address is really important. So from that mobile app, you can also get to your club website. You can get to the district website. And so that Club Runner app on your phone is so convenient. Please get it if you haven't. Lots of information in there, because it'll tell you when that person was chartered, and I think it'll give you even their partner's name if it's in the website. Okay, so what can you find on the district website? Member rosters, the district dues invoice, the template is on there, district chairs information. And if you stay for the next session on online resources, I'll show you how to update information and get that information on other people in our district. But there's a calendar, there's events, there are yellow pages, a lot of information on the district website. So membership information for secretaries, because it's the secretary's primary, well, one of the primary duties to keep that roster up to date. So you can add and terminate members on the website. It'll upload. You can update member profiles if they didn't do it themselves, and they can do it themselves. But identifying officers and club chairs on Club Runner is really important. And that should be done in January after your election. But when you put the names of the officers and club chairs into the positions in Club Runner, when we have special training information for those positions, it'll go to the person that is named in there. So it's really important to have the correct address and email address. Okay, so this is the website. And when you go to member login, this is where you log in. So hopefully you all have logged in before, but no worries if you haven't. Okay, when you click on that member login, you get to this menu. Okay, and so here I forgot my login name. I forgot my password. I'm a new user. You just click it and an email will go to the email address on file and you'll have a link to change that. So everybody has a temporary password already. So they don't need to go figure out what it is. So, or you log in, it's already in there. And then you can change it once you get in there. But that's where you can change your information. Okay. So once you get in, you log in, it'll change to member area and then your name will show up. Okay, so it looks like the same place, but only this place has changed. So once you get into member area, okay, you're going to get to the administration part, and to add new members, this is how you do it. You go to 4 clubs, okay, go to member lists, okay, and then you have add new member. So you add new member here, you can transfer a new member, and this is where you're going to keep your member roster up to date. Now, Marianne, this is new. The transfer a new member is new because they found that sometimes you add a new member and then there's a new Rotary ID that's generated. You don't want to do that. You want to preserve the original member ID because all of the Paul Harris information will carry with that number. Okay, so use that transfer. You're transferring. Whenever you do things on the website, there are going to be 2 blocks. One is, do you want to let Rotary International know, or you don't want to? So you always want to have a Rotary International know what the changes are. Okay, so when you look at the types of members, when you're adding a member, there are only 2 types. Okay, there's active and there's honorary. But active might have different categories. Okay, so you can, in your bylaws, allow for an associate member. An associate member is not an active member, so they don't get the benefits. They don't have dues, and they're just someone is associate. They're not in the roster. You can have corporate membership. So the corporate membership is in the individual's name, but you can change out that person when they change people. The beauty of a corporate membership is that they could have 5 people that are associated with that corporate membership, and they can rotate attending meetings or attending socials. And this is a way so that they can manage their time. Not everybody is available, so maybe somebody else can come. But corporate membership is good for continuity too on that membership position, because like at banks, when somebody moves out, the next person who takes that person's place knows that, okay, we have a corporate membership and they're going to be your member. Okay, so corporate membership is good. Hey, Jerry, how's your Zoom membership going? Is it, you still have Zoom membership?
Yep.
You want to tell everybody how that works?
You say Zoom membership, or
Yeah.
how do you mean?
About 2 years ago, you had a category called Zoom membership where people would just come to your meetings on Zoom and they pay a reduced dues.
No, that wasn't a function I was familiar with.
Oh, okay. So maybe now that you've gone back to more in person, it's not that attractive because
Yeah, we're doing a hybrid now, so that we don't have a different level of membership. I do have a question. Under the associate, it says no benefits. What benefits are they not receiving?
a magazine, voting, they can't vote, they can't hold a board position. So when we go to Rotary International conventions, it's for members.
Would they get access to Club Runner?
Yes, you would need to put them in as an other user.
Okay, but would they have, okay, so they could, okay.
Yeah, and if you want them to be a webmaster or have access to your website or your information, you need to give them that that level, and that's only if you have Club Runner on the club side.
Okay.
Okay. So,
Naomi?
Yes? Yep.
Where do Aloha members fit?
Aloha members are probably unique to your club. So is that an associate?
Well, they do pay reduced fee dues. And they're like an active member, but none of them, of course, they all belong to other clubs as well.
Oh,
So
no, you
would they
can't.
be associates?
They'd be associates because you can't be a member of two Rotary clubs. You only can be
Okay.
one. So if they're maybe family, maybe that's in the category of a family membership where they have reduced dues.
Okay.
So we have, so the spouse of someone or a family member might have a reduced fee, and you just want to reduce it to maybe cover your Rotary International and the district dues, which is around $160 a year. So
Okay.
you can create your own categories, but they kind of need to fit into something on the website. But that's
Okay,
a
thank
pretty
you.
good name, Aloha membership.
Can I ask a follow-up, make a follow-up comment on that or question?
Mhm.
These Aloha membership, you said that they're members of other Rotary clubs. Are they like snowbirds? They come to Hawaii for a few months, so they, they
Yes.
wanna.
Yes,
Oh.
they've been coming for a number of years, and they're usually anywhere from 2 to 4 months on Maui, and then they go back to their clubs. But while they're on Maui, they're an active member in our club in terms of, meetings and activities.
Okay, so they're active in terms of participation, but not necessarily an active member on your roster, right?
Yeah, I'll have to talk to our secretary and see, but they do come to our meetings. Of course, we use the reduced dues to help pay for the meeting place.
Okay, so you can charge them dues, but don't you wouldn't put them onto the website because they're not able to be a member of two clubs according to
Right.
Rotary.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
Oh, but that's
Maybe-
great. That's great that you keep them active, and they can count that as a makeup meeting too. Okay, so clubs and districts can set your own policy on the dues amount. Just want to make sure that you're covering your expenses and also the dues to Rotary International and the district. Okay, so for the member types too, you want to make sure you know what they're going to do come the time you got to pay the dues. So to keep your roster up to date, it would be a good idea to send out your dues invoice like in June and December, so that you know who's going to be continuing, because come January 1st, July 1st, Rotary is going to charge you for the number of people they have on their record, and you're not able to adjust that. So you want to make sure that your list is accurate. Okay, so trying to collect the money before it's due is a good thing. Okay. Periodically, you want to go into Club Runner and synchronize, meaning you want to make sure that we do a comparison between Club Runner and Rotary International to make sure we've got the same information. So you can look for that on your website, look for a synchronization, click that, and it'll tell you what's different. Okay. Okay. Got to make sure that the names are exactly the same. So if you've got a name like Gerald in Rotary International, and then you have Jerry in Club Runner, it's not going to match up because Rotary doesn't know it's the same person. So you need to make sure that you've got exactly the same name. We've had many times where someone uses the nickname in Club Runner and then it doesn't match up. Okay, so updating your roster, you would go to the member information to their profile, or you can just go into your member list, your active member list, and change information like phone numbers, addresses. The address is really important because that's where the Rotary International magazine will go. Okay, so how you go into members profile, when you log in, you're going to for members and edit my profile. So your members can do it themselves, or you can do it for them. Okay. Okay, in the member profile, that you edit the information and you make sure to save all of the information you change. Make sure you save the information, otherwise it won't keep. They can upload their picture themselves, or you can upload it themselves. I mean, you can upload it for them. You can change a privacy tab if you want, but if you change some of the privacy information like blocking phone numbers or email addresses, then sometimes they don't get the message. Also, when they get an email or like a bulletin and they mark it as spam, Club Runner will stop sending emails to that address. So you want to let people know that you're sending out information. Okay, club executives. Okay, now when you have your election in December, or when you have changes, you want to go to clubs, for clubs, define club executives, and then put in the people in the positions. Okay, so make sure you're in the right year for those positions, and you want to name the positions in this category. Because if you have other here, but you have the name of the title here, the emails from the district will not go to people that are named in these positions. Okay. You can change it during the year if you have some changes. So for instance, some people have co-chairs and maybe one person takes a quarter. You can change these names by just going to edit. Okay. Now, you want to do it in Club Runner rather than the Rotary International, because Rotary International only wants certain positions. It doesn't have all of the other ones that we have in our district. So it'll upload to Rotary International for the positions they choose. So Rotary International doesn't have like the 5 avenues chairs. They have this thing called service projects. So last year we added that position to Club Runner, and that is the one that Rotary International will use if they want to send out information to service project chairs. And then for small clubs too, sometimes it's better to, well, it's easier if you have one person managing all of the service projects than rather than having all of the 5 avenue service chairs do their own thing. Okay, so the 2023-24 would be a next year, and hopefully you have entered all of those officers and chair positions. Okay, now this carry over next year, if this is dark blue, you click it, because then all of the positions will carry over to the next year, and then you don't have to input all of them again. So if it's not highlighted, that means it's already carried over. So you want to make sure that before you start entering next year's information, that you carried over all of the position. It'll carry the position, not the name. So that'll be helpful if you want. So elections, remember, elections are in December. So what you could do is in October, have a nominating committee. November, you put the word out, we're going to have elections. Anybody interested, please let us know. December, you have your annual meeting and you have your election. So December last year, 2022, is when you're electing your PE. So you're electing the PE starting July. So that means that person is actually the president for the following year. Okay. That's kind of confusing, but your president for July was already elected the year before. Okay, so try, I know it's hard to get a PE, but try and line up your officers in advance so that they can get the training. By the way, PETS training starts in like September. So it would be
Next year?
this year, September 2023 is when the PETS training starts. It's online, okay? And the PETS is actually the first week in February. Okay, so that's why it's important to have the PE.
Not September. What is on September?
September 2023 is when you get the pre-work training for PETS.
Oh, I see.
Okay. So it's all on Zoom, and
Okay.
it's either on Zoom, but the lessons are on the Learning Center. Okay.
Building by the nearest exit. Do not use the elevator.
Okay, Marianne, should I mute you, Marianne?
No, that's not mine.
Oh, okay.
Somebody else.
Oh, somebody's pulling those fire
May I
alarms.
have your attention, please? May I
Yeah, it's
have,
coming from Carol.
please? There has been a fire emergency reported in the building. Please
Yeah.
evacuate the building by the nearest exit. Do not use the elevator.
Okay, Carol, go run. Okay, so Linda Shibano is here. Yeah, Linda? Yeah. Are you here,
May
Linda?
I have your attention, please? May I have your attention?
Yes, I'm here.
There is a fire emergency.
Okay,
reported in the
I'm going to
building.
mute Carol.
Please evacuate the building by the nearest exit.
Carol, that's hey, Marianne, that's a different building as yours, right?
Yeah, she's down the street from me. Yeah.
Wow, what's going on?
Geez, I don't know.
You better go look out the window. Okay,
Well,
so Linda Shibano is here. Linda's been a secretary for her club for like some
15 years.
Hey, so Linda, do you have some words of advice, some advice for secretaries?
Not so much advice, but just things I learned over the span of my role. I feel like, part of my role as a secretary is to be the shadow of the president. I'm connected, but I can't be seen. I work behind the scenes, making sure that things run smoothly or semi-smoothly if possible. Like you said, agendas and minutes and keeping meetings moving. I think that's really important. Early on in my tenure, presidents did their own agendas and never gave it to me, and it was really hard to keep minutes. And some of my presidents didn't even have agendas, so it was just kind of hard. It was really hard to take minutes, so I always ask for an agenda ahead of time, so we can I can keep the meeting going. If people go off track, we can get them back on track, so we don't waste our precious minutes at our meetings. Other things, definitely deadlines. Membership deadlines are one thing that I am really well, I'm a pest about. Early December, late November, late May, June, making sure that our membership list is clean. I just hate paying dues for people who have resigned from the club. It seems like such a waste of all of our money making efforts, and it doesn't benefit the club at all. Other than that, I think the main thing is supporting your president and supporting your committee chairs that need your help, especially if announcements need to be made, or things need to get out there, emailing reminders, the calendar, definitely. Let me see. And making sure that if we have a board meeting this month, those minutes are out. I know you said within 30 days, but I'd like the minutes out within 2 weeks. So I send it to the president for review. They make all the changes, and then I send it to all the club members. Sometimes I notice if it's too long after the meeting, we forget about all the important things that need to be discussed or need to be done right away. So I try to get it out within 2 weeks, if possible. Let me see, anything else I took some notes. I don't know if your clubs have a hard time, but I know our club has a hard time finding people to take positions. Oh, I see. Alenka shaking her head. Yes. It's really wait, no, I have something. Yeah, function send out club. Okay. It's important that we try to make recommendations, speak to people. because it's, I mean, I've been secretary for 15 years. And that's one of the reasons why, it's really hard to find somebody. But yes, I got a note from Mike about, yes, sending out via Club Runner. Club Runner has all of the addresses, especially when you have to send out things club wise. That's about it. Actually, I mean, just the support, being again, being connected to your president, being connected to your other officers also that need, your help. Treasurers always need help. Reminding people about dues, reminding people about any fundraisers that need to be, that we need help with, and just being there. Any questions?
No questions?
No questions.
Using
Yay.
using the
Yay.
email service on Club Runner is good too, because it tells you who opened the email and who didn't. And also there's a new feature on Club Runner. It shows you who didn't open it, and you can send it to those people who didn't open their email.
Oh, cool.
They just added that on. Hey, Nancy?
Oh,
Yeah, with, being on a secretary, our Hilo Club has done that in years past, where we had the same secretary for an extended period of time. And then, of course, and it's wonderful because they know everything to do. And I, for a long time, think the secretary is probably the most important job in the club, because they can mess up and do a great job or a bad job, and it really has huge effects on everything. So, but is there any concept or idea about trying to have a potentially incoming secretary or the newly elected secretary shadow? Like, if you keep one secretary 2 or 3 years, and you try and have another person when they're trying to come on. I don't know how that could work, because I've successfully avoided being the secretary. So, but I think it would be really important, because I think from what I look at that job, could be really overwhelming. So I don't know how to have someone, co-work it for 6 months or something. I'm just wondering what you think about that as an idea.
I often thought about that, because every year that I'm asked, I'm always thinking, if there's somebody else, what do I need to transfer over to them? And so I created a folder of all of the templates that I use, that I figure I would transfer to whoever comes in, and then we can work from there. Yes, it's quite overwhelming. When I first took over, 15 years ago, and, I didn't have anybody to help me, because the outgoing secretary had resigned from the club. But over the years, other club members have helped me kind of find my way. So I think my responsibility as a secretary that was that has been there so long is trying to keep valuable records that are important, that need to be transferred. So I have a where is it? I have a jump, like a jump drive, that thumb drive that has everything that that I've used throughout the years, as well as past records. So there is also a record of things that have gone on in the past, and some of the club history.
Thank you. Yeah, maybe we could in the district in the future create some kind of I saw those lists, and I'm assuming are they in the library, Naomi, the ones you just had on the screen, because that's a really good outline. But maybe it could be embellished with the information that you have from your disc, without revealing your club financials, et cetera, or minutes, So just ideas, because you lose people in all kinds of ways, and that would be a devastating tasked to come in and try to be that secretary in the
Uh-uh.
middle of a year or a brand new year, and you didn't have the prior secretary available to help you. They move, God forbid they pass away or something, you know, it's really a monster job, I'm sure. So
Mm.
yeah, it'd be good to have a lot of guidance along the way. Thank you very much for good information.
Okay. Hey, Marianne, did you have is your hand going up?
Yeah, I think, you know, attitude plays a big part in it too. There's a member that I'm going to be talking to, you know, step in as secretary in, well, in 2 years. And I think it's just the way you approach the person to ask them if they would like to be secretary, and offer them all the help that you can possibly, and do it now. You know, like we haven't even started the next Rotary year, but I'm going to be talking to this person who might be taking the job in 2025. So start early and have a good attitude when you talk to whoever you're thinking of replacing you. I mean, it's not that I don't want to do it, but you know, there comes a time, right?
But it's good for continuity, but it's also good for engagement. The more people you have engaged in doing stuff, the stickier they are to the club. Hey, Mike, did you have something? Mike? No? Okay.
Naomi, one thing, this is on Club Runner, not necessarily on the secretary, but I found out that Club Runner dues, okay, you pay per member, all right? They count honorary members. So if you have, you know, like 30 active members and 5 honorary members, your Club Runner bill is going to be for 35 people.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because honorary members, the information on honorary members you have in Club Runner. They treat honorary members just the same as, you know, an active member.
So if you, so computers memory has a cost to the memory size. So the honorary members are taking space on the
Yeah.
memory. So that's why. So any other questions for Linda? No? Any other
I don't-
words? Oh, Emily?
Well, actually, it's a question. I went on the App Store to look for the Club Runner app, and I'm not seeing it. So am I searching maybe for the wrong thing? What am I searching for?
Club Runner?
When I search Club Runner, I get a Club Runner that's not even Rotary related. I get some other
I
apps,
load-
Rotary Member Utilities, Rotary Connect, Rotary Italia, but I don't get anything just Club Runner. So I don't know. So obviously starting with something that's not right.
Okay, yeah. Hey, Jerry's a tech person.
I loaded it up while we were sitting here and I didn't have any trouble at all.
And you searched Club Runner?
I just searched Club Runner and it said Rotary Club Runner, and then it said, just said, enter your username and your password, and it hooked me right up to my club.
Okay, and Mike said to try one word, not 2 words.
That's what I did.
Okay, so we'll try and help you, and maybe
Yeah.
Josh can help you too. But let me go back to my screen because we've got a lot of other slides to go through. Okay, so who takes attendance? Anybody take attendance? No, there's some clubs that do take attendance, and some clubs it's important for club members on they want to be 100%. So if you do attendance, then just know that there are makeup requirements, and now it's anytime in the same year you can count it as a makeup, and a lot of things count as makeups, like events and training and projects. Those are all considered makeups. Okay, so on the district website, this is the main. Oh, okay, this one is an old picture, but on there, here's the training library. We have officer resources. That's where you can find the template for the invoices. Some of the PowerPoints are in there too, so you can find a lot of things on the website. Okay, when you go to the Rotary International website, we have goals. We can sign up for newsletters. There's specific newsletters for different positions. You can get the membership foundation reports, project ideas, download all kinds of stuff. And did you know that we have a discount program for Rotarians? You can find that as well. Okay, so what you would do is, if you haven't logged into Rotary International, or it's been a long time, you go to sign into My Rotary and register. And so the username for Rotary International is your email address, your original email address. So it's really important to have people know what the email address that you put into the website. Okay, so when you go to the Rotary International website, there's this manage thing, or they added this new thing where you can just click on home, and then you get this menu, and you can get some of your reports and the dues detail in this finance piece. So Marianne, that's new, where you go to home, and then you get this other website where everything is all in one place. Okay, so either go to manage, or you go to home, and you can get some reports and your dues invoice. Okay, Learning Center, you go to the Learning Center, and there's a Club Secretary Basics course that you can take, and it goes through what the getting ready for secretary and managing business and all kinds of other courses that you can take in the Learning Center. So this is Linda's screen from last year. Make sure you do minutes for assemblies, board meetings. Some people take minutes for club meetings, regular meetings. That's up to you, but that's not required if you don't want to do that. Reporting, you have the report. So this is called a semi-annual report, SAR report, and actually it's a report of what was on the Rotary International website in terms of members, and you're going to be charged for members, and you get charged for new members prorated, and this is where you get the Rotary subscription. Rotary subscription is still $1 a month, $12 a year. Okay, so other duties, you can get all kinds of duties that the governor, or not, the president will assign to you. So having a committee would be good. Getting a committee in club service would be good, and that can help you do some of these tasks, because sometimes the ordering of supplies or badges can be part of club service instead. Now I want to talk about member leads. Rotary International has this member leads program where if somebody goes to the website and they click on information and they want to get information about a club, they go on to member leads on Rotary International. Okay, so what you need to be aware of is that when the lead comes in, the district has a way of vetting those leads. And then if it's going to be assigned to your club, then it gets transferred to your site page, and you are able to manage that lead. So this is how you manage the lead. You go to club administration, go manage club administration. Yeah. And then it'll have this manage member leads, view manage leads, and that's where you can see what's assigned to your club. Now, if that person, this is the something different that was put into place maybe a year or two ago. If that lead is admitted to your club, you need to admit them or add them to your club roster through this website. And this is because they already have a Rotary ID number. So you would admit them through this website, yeah, and then it gets added to your roster through Rotary International. Then it's got to come down to Club Runner, yeah. So this is where you update it by putting in the status, okay, and then this is how you can get information on what the status of the lead is, okay. So you always want to preserve that ID number so that the Paul Harris points carries over with that number. And even if they have a gap in service, in membership, that number will still carry the Paul Harris information and their donations, because that's important when they want to get to a next level with Paul Harris or other recognitions. Okay, so let's see, if you want to go to Rotary Club Central to see what the goals are and get reports, you go to manage, you go to Rotary Club Central, and then you can get to your club reports. Okay, so let's see, resources. Linda, this is Linda's slide from last year. Go to your last year's secretary, the district secretary, go to your assistant governor. A lot of information on the website, the learning center, and the district's learning center as well. And then for club runner, they have their own training. So April 14th, they have a changeover, and this is to talk about how to manage the rosters and the change in officers and changing over. And then membership club administration on the 16th, 17th, there's a club runner essential training, and then there's membership. So when you log into your club runner, it will have a place where you can sign up for these webinars that Club Runner has. Okay, so questions? Any questions? All good?
Yeah, I know me, it's Ralph,
Ralph?
from Pro Ridge. Yeah, I think I'm in my second year as secretary, and I kind of neglected it mostly because I simultaneously was a condo board president for a brand new 751 unit condo. So that took a lot of my time. Anyway, I'm just learning. Can you, if you are not going to do it already, send out a PDF of your PowerPoint to all of us?
Sure, I can do that.
I'd
That'd be
certainly
great.
like to have it as a resource.
Okay.
Thanks.
Sure, I can do that. And then we'll post it to the website for the recording. So on the website, there's a place for recording all the webinar recordings. Hey, by the way, Ralph, did you see Nancy Cabral's face lit up because when you hear condo association, she lights up.
Yeah. And the alarm was such a reminder. Our alarms are going off all the time. Somebody smokes up an event space room and the alarm goes off for the whole building. So we're working on zoning the alarm system so that everybody doesn't get an alarm. Yeah, but we've had, in a year and a half, we've had 6 fire alarms, and just because somebody cooks food in an event room and sets off the smoke alarm.
There's also new laws or new recommendations in condominium associations to have more alarm trainings throughout the year. Of course, that's all because after Marco Polo, what a disaster that was. So a lot of new suggestions / laws are coming down for condominium and high-rise buildings. So be prepared for more of them.
Yeah, well, we're well alarmed and sprinklered, but unfortunately, we're so well alarmed, the alarm goes off if somebody just spits or something.
Yeah.
See, so,
relocate the smoke detectors.
but that really prepares you to be a secretary because you got to be alert to all of these alarms, right?
Yeah. Okay, good point.
Good
Good
one,
segue.
Naomi.
Let me share my screen and I'll show you where the webinars are. So when you go to the district website, this is the district website. There are these quick links on the side. And so right here is where you have webinar recordings. And so it has the link for all of the YouTube recordings for the past couple of years. So if you wanted to see this recording of this session, you'll find it right here. These are all last week's sessions. So you can binge on these videos. And
Yahoo. I'm pretty binged out at this point in my life.
So on the quick links, this is where you're going to find the officer resources, where the template is for the dues. And then you have the PE information is on there as well. And then you have district conference information. So don't forget to sign up for district conference. And hey, you know, if your club has businesses and they want to put their business card into the program for district conference, the deadline is the 15th to submit that. And Nancy, you want to put a plug for sponsorships?
Yeah, we're really looking for people to become sponsors. Sponsors, a combination of sponsor and advertiser. So the calling card won't make you a sponsor of an event, but everything above that money-wise will, and it gives you both an ad in the program as well as us being able to pick an event that you want to sponsor. You might sponsor the gala dinner, you might want to sponsor, and then your name, in addition to being an ad in the program, will be featured on a big plaque when we enter that event, as well as be announced at that event as your could be your business, could be your club, could be your name, whatever you want to do to kind of promote your something in Rotary or the community, you know, or an event that you've done. Whatever you want to pay money for, I'll promote it, almost anything. So we're looking for sponsorship because all of that additional funding really, it keeps the fee to have the conference at a fairly reasonable price for everybody to come on board. So, and of course, we're here in Hilo. We really want to celebrate Hilo. So we really hope people can join us. And I heard yesterday, not officially, that the deadline for that was getting extended another week or something, but I haven't gotten that officially. So, but yeah, hurry up. You can get in touch with me and or go on the district website and click in, and we'll get you set up to combine those to help promote your club, your events, whatever you want to do, and be part of the whole conference. Hopefully you're there, but even if you're not there, you could be there in spirit and money. Thank you.
So as secretary, you're the conduit for all of this kind of information to send it out to your club members. So it's a good thing to be mahoi, to be nosy and find out all of these new things and send it out to your club members, because then you'll keep them informed and you'll keep them connected to Rotary, because the engagement of your members is really important. And so you're and Mike, I'll say y'all are important. Your position is really important to the operations of the club. So thank you very much for stepping up. And even if it's not your official job, we all want to have teamwork and work together. And having committees is a really good idea, because then you have continuity, you've got more engagement, you've got more hands to take care of the work. Okay, questions? Throw out any question right now. Anne, do you have a question? No? Okay. We're all good?
Okay.
Okay. For Rotaract, I hope this was kind of some of it was something that you can relate to for Rotaract, Vicky. But every club is kind of different, so just adapt to what you need to do, and the bottom line is we need to get work done.
Yeah, this was really helpful, Naomi. Thank you.
Oh, thanks. Thanks, Vicky.
Yes, Naomi, very helpful for me. Our secretary position has really not been a very active one, but at our latest meeting, we really decided that we need to redefine it. And we pretty much, the president has done a lot of the kinds of things that the secretary is supposed to do. So I'll get together with our president and our president-elect, our next year's president, and work on that. So thank you very much. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. Hey, one of the ideas for boards is that you have a board chair that's not the president. And so that's something you might want to consider, because sometimes the president has a lot of things and the board chair can keep the operations of the board going. So something to think about. Okay, we're good. Okay, I'll still be here if you have any other questions, but thank you very much for coming. The next track at 11 is leadership opportunities on track 1, and that is talking about district positions, zone positions, club positions, opportunities for people. Then this track is online resources, so I'll go through the district website and the Rotary International website, and then the other one is club visioning. So visioning for your club and strategic planning. So thank you, everybody.
Right. Thank you.
Thanks, Naomi.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Naomi.
Everybody.
Welcome. Thanks, Linda.
Okay, bye.